Unit 6, Chapter 1, Emotional Intelligence. Daniel Gorman is discussing his famous impulse control test at a San Francisco lecture and has the entire audience attention. Gorman, a psychologist and science writer, is the author of the bestseller Emotional Intelligence, a fascinating book about recent discovery in brain research that proves emotional stability is more important than IQ in determining an individual's success in life. One of the highlights of the book, Gorman explained to his audience of foundation leaders, educators, and grant donors is a test as miniatures 30 years ago that Gorman calls the Marshmallow Challenge. In this experiment, 4 years old, children were individually called into a room at Stanford University during the 1960s. There, a kind man gave a marshmallow to each of them and said they could eat the marshmallow right away or wait for him to come back from an raid. At which point they would get 2 marshmallows. Gorman gets everyone laughing as he cried, watching a film of the preschooler while they waited for the nice man come to back. Some of them covered their eyes or rested their heads on their arms so they wouldn't have to look at the marshmallow or play a game or sang to keep their thoughts of single marshmallow and waited for the promised double prize. Others, about a third of the group, simply watched the man release and ate the marshmallow within seconds. What is surprising about this test, claims Gorman, is diagnostic powers. A dozen years later, the same children were tracked down as adolescents and tested again. The emotion and social difference between the marshmallow preschoolers and their gratification delaying peers were dramatic. Gorman said the ones who had resisted eating the marshmallow were clearly more socially competent than the others. They were less likely to go to peace, freeze, or regress under stress, or become rattled and disorganized when pressures. They embraced challenge and pursue them instead of giving up, even in the face of difficulty. They were reliant and confident, trustworthy and dependable. The third or so who grabbed the marshmallows were more likely to be seen as shying away from social contact, to be stubborn and indecisive, to be easily upset by frustration, to think of themselves as unworthy, to become immobilized by stress, to be mistrustful or prone to jealousy, or to overreact to certain situations with a sharp temper.